understand.
And we are going now with our graded.
Yay, hello, welcome back to Grid. I am your Guildmaster Scott Seven. This is London Players Guild, and I am joined, as always, by the one, the only, the infamous, the beautiful Peter. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, my name is Peter. I'm a person. And today we are doing graded black.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. Oh my god, I know it. We covered Black with the reveals, but we're probably still gonna talk a lot about it.
Yeah,
Graded
it's
for
not that
the
we also played some games with black now, so our opinion on this color is going to be a bit skewed.
well, we played it in theme, we should
Yeah.
say. I still think Supreme Kai's actually snapped, especially after playing around with Trunks. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But yeah, for those who don't know, Graded is our review series where we look at a specific color from an upcoming set. This time being Supreme Rivalry. We look at it from all aspects of the game, from playability, meta-ness, theme, Peter on the rulings, basically everything we can about the cards. We'll give and then give a subjective grade at the end between F and S plus. So far we haven't
I
had to
think
give out.
S is like the up we had. I don't
S
think
is
I
like
think I think I don't think we're doing S plus or double S or anything like that.
okay, so S is the top tier. Well,
Yeah.
you never know. There might be a
Nah.
car color. Nah, nah. Okay, fair enough. Then let's get into it, Peter. Without further ado,
Oh yeah,
let's
I'm
talk about.
controlling this, right.
Yes,
Uh,
you have the power. Starting the
I
Supreme
have
Fire
the
Pod.
power!
She's the best free leader when she attacks. Draw a card when you're at 4 or less life, or have 8 cards in your warp. Draw 2. Add cards from your life until you
So
have
she's
6.
very reminiscent of Tola, right? With that burst,
Very, very similar.
yeah, she's a clear overwhelm leader, and then she awakens into a not resized card for whatever
I
reason.
love it. I love it. Supreme Kaiotai, the Chrono Keeper. Probably the one card I will. Well, there's two. Mechikabura being the other one. I'm gonna chase the pre-release stamps of, just cause I
There we go.
absolutely adore the artwork on these two cards. They're fantastic. So she has the once per turn of when you play a battle card using Overwhelm, draw a card. This is such a double-edged sword, as we found out when we did our play test of it,
Yeah.
and then place 3 battle cards from your warp into your drop, so you're allowed to do it again, which is really cool. Well, at least over on
So,
free.
the thing is, it needs to be overall, not dark overall. Uh,
Yeah, I
that's,
think that's the huge thing here because I'd
yeah.
love to dark overwhelm.
And the other thing
There was
is, this leader doesn't draw unless you can overwhelm. So the moment you find yourself without overwhelm in your drop, or rather without the food in your drop, this leader doesn't draw. Or if you have no cards in hand, and then you top decking and you don't top deck something with overwhelm.
yeah,
So for that reason, I think this leader should have, and bear with me on this one, an overwhelm super combo.
yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. So then she has the a really cool activate main though, like absolute amazing activate main. So pay one specified Black Peter's favorite thing. Choose one card in your hand. Discard it if you don't have a black a
If you don't have a
unison card.
unison in play, you play the Migra.
Yes,
From your drop
from
or
your
the...
drop or warp, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Because the chances of it being in there are very high. It's only got a 9k base, so people will be pushing after it, and then
As
it's
we
an
have
easy
seen,
recurrence.
that's a good strategy against Kai, because Kai can't really play without that Demigra. So forcing your opponent to need to discard every turn to get that Demigra back is important, and that Demigra needs to be on board before they start overwhelming.
Yeah, and
And
then we have
the last activate main is going to make a lot of problems. I just want to mention
yeah. I was
because
gonna say there's a weird thing with this, and I'll let you go
yeah,
through
we
it. Then.
don't have a specific ruling on this one yet. So as far as I understand the skill, at any point during your turn you can crit a life, and then at the end of your turn, the overwhelm cards are not sent to the warp.
Mhm.
But there is also a faction, and we have not had official word on this yet because it's still a time before the cards come out, so we don't expect official word for another month. It is possible that you need to do it before you overwhelm, or after you overwhelm. So there's tons of different situations when you need to do it, and it makes it problematic skill because it could have been cleared up. I mean, there was already a wall of text, but adding one more line of text, or especially those at the end, half a line empty, you could
Yeah,
easily put in that it needs to be before you overwhelm, or any card played with overwhelm stays, or anything like that. There were better ways to word it. That's my
yeah.
opinion on the.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like the way it is, it's open to interpretation until we get a clarification. Overall, a very interesting leader, a potentially scary leader. But like after playing with her, quite a balanced leader. I feel like
I wouldn't
she's
say it's a scary leader. I wouldn't really say it's an interesting leader. You know me, it's Overwhelm, right?
yeah,
Overwhelm
that's
had the
true.
support for the last 10 sets, for the pretty much for as long as we had the game in Europe. Overwhelm
Yeah,
had support, and it's just another Overwhelm leader.
and that's fine. I
It's
can
just
understand
Overwhelm leader
where you're
that's
coming from.
progressing with the power curve, but it's nothing new.
Now let's talk about the next leader, which is interesting.
It's mechikabura, it's a new wish leader! Which doesn't use the Dragon Balls or Desires at all.
Nope. So one take us through it, Peter. Take us through it.
So you can have only 7 Dark Dragon Balls in your deck. You can't have more than 7, and you want 7 because you can only wish, which is alternative to Awaken if you don't know, when you have 7 Dark Dragon Balls in your drop area. If you could have more Dark Dragon Balls, that would be funny, but obviously you can't. So when it attacks, which is interesting change on the Shenron leaders, you search for the 2 Dark Dragon Balls in your deck or life, add them to hand, and then shuffle the areas you look through. That's a typical thing. Leader also has an access to Rejuvenate, so if you take from life, it's not that bad. Then when you have 7 Dark Dragon Balls in your drop, you draw 1 card, untap 1 energy, and your opponent sends 1 battle card from their drop to their warp. This is very important, that last bit, right, Scott?
This is huge. Yeah, I constantly kept forgetting that it could do this, and it messed me up royally.
Yeah, you
Now,
walked into a funny trap
yeah,
there.
this combined with the Dark Shenron
Yeah.
is such a cool strategy, and I absolutely adore it. Like, just warp a problem card for Awakening.
Yeah. You attack me with something big that doesn't have barrier. I'm just going, in response, I'm going to Awaken, remove that.
Yeah, so it's a really cool Awaken skill. Oh, sorry, we should say Wish
Wish skill, yeah.
Then we do flip over into an
Into
Awaken.
an awakened Dark
Yes.
King Mechikabura restored to the throne.
But,
It's not a wish leader.
it isn't, but it is. It's weird. The
Yeah.
reasoning is because it's technically not a normal Shenron, is what I got told. So
Yeah,
I
because
still don't know if it's a mistake, but like they
no,
don't
I
see
think
it
I
as
think
a
this is on
mistake.
purpose because the wish leaders had activate main, either draw a card,
Yeah.
activate a desire, or ultimate. Here
Yeah,
you draw a
exactly.
card when you attack, and your activate main is not activating desire; it's taking your opponent's battle card or
What I
ultimating.
mean,
But
like,
this
I think
ultimate
it's
doesn't flip
intentional.
you back.
No, it doesn't. Which
Yeah.
is huge, huge. So you can go in and use the ultimate essentially, and still have the ability to take cards. It's so good.
It
It's
still
so
have
good.
15k base power. Yeah, it is way stronger than I gave it at the beginning.
Mhm.
It's a shame you can only use it once, but you know, it's a strong ability.
It's a strong ability combined with Wish Grinder, that's for sure. Oh my god.
Yes.
So
So
if
yeah,
all your energy is black,
Whenever it attacks, you draw a card, and then Scott, sorry.
if all your energy is black and you choose 1 card in your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck, so you don't even put it in a drop, which is, that's whatever. Choose one of your opponent's. Actually, to be fair, that could be really nasty with a servant combo, which I've just realised, but that's not the point. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less to get skills for the game, and switch that card to active mode, and you gain control of it. That's insane, because you can steal so much. It's insane. It's so good. It's amazing. And then obviously the tech is currently you're sacking off for the set 10 Ginyu, which is a really fun strategy. And then obviously the remove 7 gain triple attack. Combine that with Wish Granted, that's a triple that draws each swing.
Yeah. I'll just point out that card going from hand to the bottom is actually really amazing for Mechi, because Mechi mills itself.
So then you're not losing.
Yeah, when we were playing, I was playing with 60 card Mechi, and I ended up at 15 or 12 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, let's move on. So really cool leaders, I think, for Black. Although you're like less kid, we don't really need to spend too much time on this. This is
just one thing I'm going to point out. This is a really nice way of incorporating Wormhole, which is Demigra's speciality, in other leaders.
Yeah. So Black Saiyan or gods, it leaves the door open. There
Yeah.
might be something with a Zeno down the line. There could be something with the any of the gods.
Oh god, it works with Zeno.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Well,
wow, because we have a black Zeno.
you can't include non-universe cards, so you need to find Black Universe 7 Overrealms. But
They don't need to be black.
I don't know if they exist. But yeah. So overall, just a really good uh Overrealm unison, not just for
Yeah.
Toa. Uh,
The
Supreme
black
Kai.
Saiyan only, I think it's going to be interesting in Mask Saiyan.
Yeah, yeah,
But of course, it is designed for Kai because Kai can play it back.
yeah, yeah.
We have Black Smoke Dragon,
Such a good
offering
unison.
of distraction. Just an interesting unison. It has that rejuvenate for 4 markers, only if your leader is black. As every Shadow Blade can't attack. And it just gets 3 markers every turn. It's
It's good.
just that.
You can turn one rejuvenate with it. And each turn it becomes less.
It costs you a lot of cards to rejuvenate turn 1, but yes, you can do that.
You can do that, and that's cool. So
It costs you 3
rejuvenate,
cards to do that though.
still funny. Still funny. Go check
And
out
of course helps you awaken if you are Mechikabura.
Yeah. Yeah. So really good unison. Two great unisons from this set.
Wow!
Another one. Next up
Why
we have the
did it-
SR Banner,
What?
which is double strike auto once per turn. Add 1 card from your life to your hand.
There we
When
go.
your opponent activates a counter attack skill on an extra card, that's important. I like
Yeah.
that it specifies extra card. Negate that skill. The skill can be activated at counter timing, which you pointed out in our reactions is very important that it has
Yes.
that part.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
you wouldn't be able to do because autos resolve only after the counters resolve.
Exactly. And then we have activate main, pay 4. If you have 15 or more black cards in your warp, play this card from your hand. And then activate main once per turn. If your life is 1, switch this card to active mode. I love it. It's such a cool card. And it's a Bardock Xena, so we might see more with it in future. That's all I'm
I
going to
still
say.
think this is ridiculous support for Dark Broly.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's a 30k. Like,
It's
we'll
a
see this
30k
throughout.
that requires you to have 15 or more black cards in your warp, which Dark Broly gets very easily, right?
And that Broly can sit comfortably at 1 life.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah. Really cool card. Really cool card.
And it can stop that annoying dormants, for example.
Yeah, this is awesome against stuff like that, and it's just an awesome effect in general. I really like the idea of it. Like,
Yeah.
and you don't lose that card from life either, so
Yeah.
you're always working towards that effect. I think it's really cool. It's just a really cool card. Whether it sees a lot of play, I don't care. This is one of my favorite cards from this set.
It looks
just
nice as well.
I mean, it just is. It's bad at putting back on the Master Fight King Vegeta Xena, and without going too much in depth, that's a really cool scene. Then we have this block of Goku, which is over on 6 pay 1.
Yeah.
With black when this card attacks, draw a card at the end of the turn, switch this card to active mode. This is designed for Kai or a Turkey City strategy.
Yeah, it's interesting that we see a blocker on Overwhelm card, right?
Yeah.
But it is
Like,
for something that
cool.
stays on board.
The only sorry, just before we moved
Yeah.
on for that, there is an argument that this could be really good in non-Toa decks because it's a 30k that.
One
Also,
energy 30k that draws a card.
Oh, I was gonna say it also matches with the Vegeta 30k. So if we
Yeah.
do get a Xeno Gogeta strategy at SS4,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's there because especially if you can warp from your fuse from your warp like you can with the other Gogeta Xena,
Yeah.
like there's some interesting things that this could be setting up.
Then we have
Yep.
Goten, which is this and Trunks in thwarting the Dark Empire are really interesting.
Yeah, I
So,
love them.
So I'm going to go for both Goten and
Yeah.
Trunks at the same time. So they're both overwhelmed to 10,000 power. One is critical, one is double strike. None of which is unique, which is very funny for me. And if your leader card is a black Supreme Kai of Time, when it's played with Overwhelm, you can warp up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, and then you draw 1 card. So it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how many you warp, you will still draw 1 card.
So it's really good at turboing out that.
Yeah, one is
ability.
critical, one is double strike. They're both at 10k, which I think might see a lot of issue with this. But on the other hand, we wouldn't want to see too many
If
issues
these,
with
were,
overall
if,
deck.
if these were 15k, it would be
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, it
because
would be scary.
because
A
even
second
though
Goten
not
we
in-
see here is the Searcher one, right?
Yeah, so this can search itself or the Unison. Um, it's really good. I don't know if it's actually going to see play, but it's really cool. I like the fact that if you don't see your Unison, you can still find other things like the Trunkses and the
The
Gotens. Like
Gothams, yeah.
it's cool if you want to play it on theme. It's a really good card for that. Outside of it, I don't think it'll see meta
I
play.
mean, to be fair,
But I
I
could be wrong.
think there are better targets than that. Trunks and Gotham, for example, a two-drop Toa, which is
Yeah,
also an
yeah.
overwhelm card, so you can still add it with this because it only specifies black battle card with cost of 2 or less and overwhelm
And the
skill.
overarm skill. Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up. Yeah.
So I think this card is going to be an interesting searcher. Probably not at 4 off, but 3 off, I think I would include.
Maybe. I mean, it's 0-5, and it doesn't really
It
matter
doesn't
if
cost
you.
you anything to search. You just
Yeah,
discard this, which fuels your overwhelm, right?
exactly. It's a really good turn one search. That's what I
Yeah.
kept milling for and just going for it, just because why not, right? You thin your deck and you get your over. This is a really good super combo. I love this
This is
super
essentially
combo.
the Supreme Kai of Time from set 3.
Yeah,
Glad we had this
like
conversation.
you can. This is live turn one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the only difference is this one has the printed 10k power.
exactly. It's just good. I love it. This is the other Vegeta, which I
I think
really
this
do
one
love.
is ridiculously strong.
This is amazing in Broly. Sorry, Dark Broly.
It's
This is
amazing in
amazing in
any
any
deck.
deck. Yeah, like it's so good. It's a 30k critical, so it hits hard. It's
Yeah.
overwhelm for one, which is like okay,
One of
one for a
any, it's not
critical.
a specified energy. So you can run
Yeah,
this in any deck you want. And
yeah,
when it
and then
attacks,
obviously,
it warps opponent's battle cards with total cost of 4 or less. So it is essentially a hard counter to a Bunny.
yeah, because it kills tokens and then
And a
it goes up
Bunny.
to 4. Yeah, it's really good, and it warps them as well. That's also cute.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Cool.
you are not disinterested in attacking with this one because this is a critical.
Mm,
Like with other ones, you don't really want to attack to not give your opponent
yeah.
cards. This one warps a total of less cost, but it can actually deal damage. So I can imagine this see a lot of play.
Yeah, same. It's really good. Just really good card.
This is the
There's
trunks we
Trunks you
talked
mentioned.
about. So I'm just going to.
Don't need to stick
Yeah.
on Trunks. And then we have this one. I was playing it. I don't think it's that great,
No, I don't think
unfortunately.
so. I mean, it's a free blocker you can play when your opponent plays a card.
Yeah, and you have to pay one to get the revenge. It's interesting. It might see some sideboard action, but again, it's the sending 2 cards from your drop 2 warp. If it was the other way around, I could get behind it. Like so you're refilling your drop.
It's
But
kind of an overwhelm card that you play during your opponent's turn, though, right?
yeah, kind of. I can see that. Yeah.
I can still see this card see play. Like, at worst, it's a generic free energy blocker revenge you can drop during your opponent's turn
That's true.
in any deck. And then if you have any overwhelm card that you can somehow make stick on board, then this card is going to be really, really good. It doesn't
Oh
need to be
shit.
Supreme Kai of Time.
Oh shit.
Well,
Demigra has Overrealm.
yes. Yes, that Demigra has Dark Overwhelm and Overwhelm.
Oh crap, that actually might be really good.
So this card actually is not that bad because lots of decks, especially
Dark,
green ones,
this in Dark Broly, if it's running Demigra, could be nasty.
Dark Broly or any green decks that want to run hand control and are running that Demigra.
Yeah, because it's just 2 cost
Yeah,
to Dark Overrealm. Although you do need to get the Dark Overrealm, but you know.
yeah, but it's still
It's
doable
easy.
because
It's easy doable, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Really cool. Okay, coming around on that. One of my favorite finishes. I love this card. I don't really need to say much more on it. Like,
Yeah, it's a decent card.
awesome.
We had it spoiled, and as we said, that activate battle can be activated as many times as you want. So it can be a
Exactly.
scary finisher. With empty hand, it's just a scary finisher.
Yeah.
This is the free drop. Which,
Never played it. Couldn't get it out.
yeah.
Don't know if it's good. We'll see in time.
I mean,
That
at,
I want it to be good, but it's just not.
at lowest, it's a 2-drop negate, but you also need to warp 3 cards, and it gives you a blocker. On the other hand, it does refund itself when it attacks, so...
Yeah, it's a weird one, but I never managed to play it, so
Yeah, because you need to your opponent needs to attack when you have 2 energy open, which rarely happens in Kai, and
A
You need to
6
have
drop.
a battle card with energy cost of 6 in play, which again
Yeah.
your opponent is just going to remove it by playing cards before they attack, which
There are other
what
ways to
happened.
make it, but they're all janky and they
Yeah,
cost energy, and it's just not worth it.
I don't think this card is worth running, to be honest.
There needs to be another Gotenks free drop,
Yeah,
in my opinion. This is
this
awesome.
card is
I totally messed up on this card,
yeah,
but
this
I
card
love
is
it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a staple for any black deck.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah.
matter if you're overwhelmed deck or not.
As long as there's 3 or more cards in either player's warp, just reduce it by 2. It's a 1 drop that
Yeah.
warps an opponent's problem card.
But if you're playing any deck that is also warping your opponent's stuff like Shroom Salsa or
Yeah.
Reggie, you can force your opponent to have that. 3 cards is actually not that much.
No, it's not. It's super easy to do. And yeah, just again, really good, generic, awesome support.
Yeah, that auto is interesting. It just blinks your opponent's battle card until the end of turn.
Well, it deprives them of a bit of combo power. It deprives a swing. You know, like it's multifaceted. It's
Also
I really
deprives
like
of the static skill, right? Or attack
Yeah,
skill,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like you denied me my salsa with this because I totally forgot this is a thing.
Yeah. So it's a really cool card. We're both in agreement on that. This boy though, oh my god.
This boy is already problematic.
So Dark Broly the Vindicator, Overwhelm 6 per
Yeah.
1. So it's quite generic, but also once per turn, if your leader card is black and your opponent has 3 or more energy at the end of a battle in which this card attacked, you can't play copies of this card for the turn. Choose one. Place up to 6 black battle cards with 30k power from your warp in your drop area. Choose up to 1 Dark Broly with an energy cost of 7 in your hand and play it on top of this card. Or warp, I should mention,
Yeah, it's
as well.
hand or
So it
warp.
can be in the warp.
So this is a scary bit, right? That you can reuse that 7 drop with its skill.
Yep.
It is played in rest mode, so that's fine. But it's still scary, and because we have Towa rewriting history, which can play this from your deck without using the Overrealm.
Yep.
Which means this can kind of stick on board.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty.
Very nasty.
Amazing
Dabura, Ritual at
card.
Hand.
Amazing card.
Oh, it's the counter discard, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the it's not as oppressive as Tau was.
Yes.
Because it still has a cost and like, but it's really cool, and I think it's there for people who struggle with hand control.
It's helping you come back against hand control without punishing your opponent.
Yeah, perfect.
Because the problem with Tao and Tianxin Han was it was punishing your opponent
For
not
playing that
letting
card.
you play the game.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think this is a fair way of doing it, and it's not super like game breaking if you do play it from it.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
it's a 1 drop 15k that draws you 2 cards if your opponent discards it. If they don't discard it, it's a 3 drop 15k that draws you 2 cards. Which technically is still 1 drop 15k, draw you 2 cards because we already know that Ape is worth 2 energy, right?
exactly. So yeah, that's an even better way of looking at it. I think like worst case scenario, if you've got nothing else to do,
Yeah.
play it.
It's a free energy you can do. I think this could see a main board in quite a few decks, especially defensive decks that don't like to face against Ribrian or something like that. Like a baby deck that is running low on cards because they keep on discarding you. And then you keep that Dabura when you have just 2 or 3 cards and they activate that Ribrian and you just discard the Dabura. Or 2 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And then you get, because it's not limited to once per turn.
Yeah, just really cool.
It's a good
really
sideboard option. It screams at me a bit like Black Mask Saiyan. It's just a card you want, or Kami back in the days. It's something you want to have in hand, or rather, to have
in your
for you.
sideboard,
Yeah.
ready for something. Yeah.
Then we have Ritual at Hand for Mechikabura. So those are 4 drops with 15k or less.
Although she can be used in Toa as well, which is really happy.
If you leave a card, there's Toa or Mechikabura.
So she's my favorite. I'm assuming Salsa's probably going to be your favorite of the Ritual at Hands, but
No,
she's
I
my
think
favorite.
I think she's the best one because she can remove any battle card and she's a blocker.
Okay, fair enough.
When she's played, you can choose one of your opponent's battle card and send it to the owner's warp. Just like that, no cost requirements. She's the best removal.
Yeah.
And then it forces your opponent to cycle a card as well.
And she also helps you get along your way to doing what you
Yeah.
need to do in the deck. So it's just great. She's great. She's great.
We have the super combo, which is a sparking super combo, which is fine.
But printed 10k, and I wish I was that Dragon Ball.
Demon God Poutine. Oh my god, this card.
I don't think we need to say more. She's perfect. It's exactly what
it's essentially, if you don't know what she does, she's a black topo.
Yeah.
But only for mechikabura leader.
I absolutely adore the fact that, and this is hugely important, black mechikabura only.
Yes.
Most of these cards say mechikabura only, which is nice future proofing just for if they change his color or whatever. This is like, no. This is for black mechikabura only.
The reason is that the other ones cost a specified black. This one doesn't have a specified cost.
That and you can't use it in Tower either.
Yeah. But if you had a way to play a demon god during your opponent's turn, with any battle card really, it would work in any deck. I'm just going to point that out, that at some point she's a demon god. If we can play a demon god during your opponent's turn on activate battle or something like that, she's going to be nuts.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's only the counter attack that can be activated. Yeah. Fair enough. Straight up. Yeah.
Demon God Gravy is he's there. He's doing his best.
I think he's better in Shroom and Salsa than he is Mechikabura.
I don't think he's good even there.
I said he's better. I don't think he's like you wouldn't do it.
No.
But if you were to put him somewhere out of the demon gods, he's probably going in that rather than this.
Yeah, I guess.
But then again, being a 30k until the end of the next set. Amazing finish. No, we can go on. We can move on. Just... amazing finisher. One of the coolest cards in the game. Don't even have
I think so as well. Just giving you 3 bodies immediately. 2 just big bodies and a double striker.
Like, pay 4, wipe your opponent's board, get 2 cards.
Yeah. In worst case, it's like a combo power, additional combo power, right? You don't get skills, but who needs skills?
I'm absolutely waiting for this to dunk on Sin Shenron players.
Yeah.
Because
it just warps their board.
And then you get them, so they can't even recur them anyway. It's like, cool.
Mechikabura Ritual at hand. I so wish this card was better.
I know.
I never find myself want to activate that skill unless I'm desperate.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Like, it seems cool, but I don't think it's actually going to get that much play.
Then we have Shroom Ritual at hand, which is alright. When it attacks your opponent, warps a battle card from the drop, and then you warp one of their battle cards with cost 3 or less, which is
it's alright. Yeah, like again, it's another one that it's cool and it's on theme, but I don't think we'll see it.
It works with the Dark Shenron, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm running it only because it works with Dark Shenron.
With the strategy, with the what's the name of the Mechikabura? I've got it with me. The old man, where are you? Oh
yeah, I know which one.
King Summons. There you go. He's really good for that strategy, the aggro strategy.
Salsa, I think, is way better. It forces your opponent to cycle a card.
Yeah, Salsa's awesome.
When it attacks, it forces your opponent to warp from the drop, but you also draw a card, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because on top of that, with Dark Shenron, you draw another card.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so I think Salsa is way better.
This card snaps. It's so good.
Dropping this turn 2 is just so scary.
It is. It literally forces your opponent to have to go after this.
So when it's played, you either warp a card from opponent's hand or the card on the board. So if there's nothing threatening on board, you just go for their hand.
Yeah.
It's not discarding, it's warping as well, so Dabura does nothing against this.
Exactly. It's just a really good card.
And while it's in rest mode, the first time your opponent attacks your leader card, they need to warp a card from hand.
Yeah, it's
so only the first time, but it's still...
Yeah, but still, like, it's enough of a threat.
Yeah, the card has barriers, so it's difficult enough to remove.
And it's in that awkward zone where they have to swing and combo with a 15k.
Yeah.
And you can just go, okay, I'll match that.
On the swing back, it's a double strike, so it threatens all of the unisons.
Yep. It's really good. It's a really solid card. Thank gosh it has unique. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, if this doesn't
But the
have
reason the
unique.
card is good is
Oh,
this.
this is. I'll just find it. I'll just find it. I didn't open it. I'll just
So,
find it.
if you haven't seen this card yet, because this was a reveal which we haven't seen on our reactions. So
No,
it's a
we haven't.
1-drop 4K. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and 1 or more battle card in their warp, which is very easy in Mechi or Shroom Salsa, this card gets permanent plus 6k, so it becomes a 10k card, and can attack opponent's battle cards in active mode. That last bit is really good against decks like Bardock.
Yeah, really good. It's a really good strat.
And then activate main for 1 black if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their warp. You play up to 1 King Vegeta Xeno with cost of 6 from your deck or hand on top of this card in active mode and shuffle your deck. The reason I love this card is because by charging 1 black, you can run it in Raditz.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for you to mess around with that. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out of
I'm
it.
probably going to build it for one of our untapped potentials again.
Yeah, no,
But I'm going to concentrate mostly on the new black stuff. I'm going to build black Raditz. Xeno Raditz! For the win!
let's go! Aye!
But yeah, I think this card is just stupid.
Yeah, I just find it from
And
the deck.
Temptation of the Mask on top of that to get Demon Realm Ravager or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Hated
Good.
me.
It's crazy good.
My favorite card from the black, I think. By
Yeah.
far, it's one of the best cards. So Dark Shenron Wicked Wishmaster, if you want to go through that quickly.
Yeah, so
You've
it
seen
can't
it already.
Shenron. It's 20k, it's 2-drop. If your leader card is black, when a battle card in your opponent's drop area is sent to their warp by one of your skills, draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp.
It doesn't need
Doesn't
to be
matter
battle
about-
card, it doesn't need to be unison card, doesn't need to be extra card, it can be your leader card.
Yep,
That's how I caught this card if you haven't caught that on our stream.
yep. It's crazy. It is crazy. Just as long as you warp something with a skill,
Yeah.
it's proccing and it's amazing. Then it has the nice effect of activate main if your leader is a mechikabura card, and you choose one of your black unison cards with rejuvenate skill. Place this card underneath, and then add a marker to it.
Yeah.
So not only do you get the card underneath to rejuvenate, you also get a marker.
Yeah. So it makes it okay. So it's 2 cards to rejuvenate, but it's still. I don't like to rejuvenate that early.
No, you don't. But it's like the later you go, the easier it gets and the more efficient it gets. So it's just great.
I still rather play that Dark Shenron because it's way too powerful to not play it.
I'll just warp problem cards. It's fine.
This is our regular Dark Dragon Ball. In case you don't have the good ones, it's essentially all I'm going to say about this.
Do we have the good ones?
No, we don't have it because those are
promos.
Promos,
Yeah.
premium pack promos.
That's
So
fine.
we don't have good ones here.
Okay.
It still is useful enough
Yeah.
because it forces your opponent to warp a 1-drop, which
It's for free, right? That's what we've decided on is a kind of a good metric. Is the for
but
free.
because you can activate this multiple times a turn, if your opponent has Black Mask Saiyan on board, I'm just going to force you to remove it.
Yeah, like a lot of people. I know a lot of people think Black Mask Saiyan is a problem, but I think it can be answered by so much. It doesn't really.
But it does create that interesting situation like, oh, Black Mask Saiyan is so good against King Piccolo, and we have seen King Piccolo going through 2 Black Mask Saiyans and Toppo in one game.
Yep. So it's cool.
It's good, but it's not game winning. It's not game
Exactly.
breaking.
I don't think it needs to be hit.
Clash of Masked Warriors.
I wish it was better, but it's still cool.
not.
It's still a cool card. I'll stand by it.
I like
don't
how it
think
looks like, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's. I think this is probably one that might be better in future, but you know.
I don't think
who
so.
knows?
It's too specific, too situational.
Yeah, I think so too.
My favorite one, the Black Senzu.
Card's insane. Card is insane.
Oh, so you're attacking me when I'm tapped out. I need to combo 5k and your whole field is 15k attackers. Senzu my leader?
Yep.
The fact that you can give that 5k to any of your cards is also scary, because at points I just put it on my King Vegeta Xeno, and then you are stumbled because suddenly it's 24k.
Yeah, it's nuts, and it's a negate if you need it.
Yeah.
And it's also the first time we've seen his attack in person, which is awesome. I like it.
But yeah, that was the last card.
Oh well, then it's an S. Straight up.
I
There's
don't
no way
think
around
so.
it. Oh wow. Okay, controversial here.
I think it's a really interestingly designed. Mechikabura is interestingly designed. On
Yeah.
the other hand, Scott, so Supreme Kai of
Supreme
Time,
Guy of Time.
which is abbreviated to Scott,
Yep.
is a generic overall deck.
Oh.
We have a
I can.
couple of good cards. Like
Hmm.
I really like that Supreme Kai of Time counterplay.
Yeah.
I like the Searcher for the Overwhelm, but again, it's an Overwhelm card.
Mhm.
There is nothing. It's just catching up with the power creep we have in the game. So I don't actually think that the Overwhelm has been that interesting. That's the thing. Every time they make a black deck in any set, there's always an Overwhelm deck that they're trying to push for there.
Yeah, I can get behind
And with
that.
any other color, they keep on pushing for new strategies. Like Dark Mechi, the Shenron Mechi is really interesting, and it is what we have been asking for, right? A new wish leader.
Yeah.
And Mechi is really well designed. Scott, on the other hand, is not. It just feels to me like Toa with added text.
I can get behind that. I can see that reasoning.
And on the new character. So for that, I'm actually on A minus. On top of that, Scott is ruling problematic.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can't
That's
read
fine.
the card and decide how the card works.
Yeah, that's fair. So, S from me, A minus on Peter. That was and I guess we only have the whole set left to
Yeah, the
review
final
now.
sets of the Secrets
Graded.
and Tournament Pack and the Premium Pack promo.
Yes. So, we'll join us for that, guys. I'm sure you'll enjoy. Let us know your grades below. Like, comment, subscribe, do the whole YouTube spiel.
And
Peter,
join our
anything we need to
tournaments.
promote? There we go.
We have
Join our
tournaments as well, so check out our website, londonplayersguild.com. We have some boxes where you can pre-order this set. We have a tournament also, 18th of April, not sure when this video is coming out, and the next one is sometime in May. Everything is on the website in the information. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you around next time.
Bye, guys. Bye.